Welcome. This is another review of the North American Online League. This is Season 11, Round 2. Here we have this email. By the way, guys, North American Online League, very, very good league to join. Here is the email. There's this Zoom link that we can all join and get your games reviewed. I believe most people will get has like a 50-50 chance of getting their games reviewed by one of these reviewers every single week. Okay, without any further ado, let's jump on to our game one. Struggle Bus, we have seen several of his games before. PWC Go, not too familiar, but let's see. Okay. Okay, these two players are both at the 1 dan to 1Q to 2Q level. If you guys are not familiar with, Go ladders, this is precisely the level at which the Go players now tend to realize or remember what the moves are, what the games, how the games went, and they're able to replay 80, 90, 95% of their moves from a game. So this getting to this level is very, very important for gaining the ability to do self-review. Okay, so this today we're gonna try to approach these games in the perspective of the self-review. So as black and as white, we're gonna try to think about do we regret anything? Do we wish we did anything differently? And how do we take experiences in our games forward, and then make these experiences strengthen our gameplay in the future. Okay, so let's identify some places that have gone wrong for one side, and then gone wrong or right for one side, and then let's pretend we're one of the players, and then going forward, let's think about how we should go about this in the future, how to change this part of our play, and so on. So far, everything seems very reasonable. Right now, white has ignored a very several threats against the top group, top right corner. So first, this move was a tanuki. Makes a lot of sense. Slight modification, lean towards your weaker stone. This way you have more of a balanced development. When black invades, it'll be 2 stones and then a very solid corner. Instead of here, it's 1 stone and the rest of your position. So this, okay. So here is another ignore. So when black jumped, white tanuki'd 1 more time. Okay, perfectly fine. And white spent this time reducing the right-hand side. Now, okay, peep makes a lot of sense. And then the next move is a pressing attack. This is a very, very classic attack. Black wants to get lots and lots of exchanges here, and then white would have to, black would have thickness, after which white would have to spend many moves that are not making any territories in the middle of the board. So this way is black trying to get the full board initiative. So black's move here seems to make a lot of sense. So white played this turn. So if black were to play this move now, of course, after exchanging push and Atari, and maybe 1 more push, and if black were to play this move, and if white found himself in a lot of trouble, this is where in the in the self-review that happens after the game, maybe you would come up with a more faster play. In the game, this move seemed very, very solid. However, solid play solid but slow play is often gonna leave you in as much trouble, if not even more trouble, than efficient and not so solid play. So in this case, playing faster may have been both safer and more efficient than the turn. So here's a case where we could have potentially self review process. Okay, in the game, white didn't connect. White played this move, and now this bottom group is also not alive, although there's a ko. But in any case, black got what he wanted, which is a very, very thick and solid shape. And here, black continues to attack the bottom, which seems very reasonable. Okay, here, this is another case where the tiger's mouse move is sente, and sort of this allows white to play another move to the other side of the board, where noticeably the 4 stones are very, very weak. So here, once again, white is gonna choose a very, very solid connect. Just like the turn, white is gonna choose a very solid connect, and this is gonna allow black to have the first move on the other parts of the board, and black played here. We also came up with this move, so very good stuff by black. From white's perspective, after having found ourselves in trouble in these 2 fights, one of the things that I would be looking for to adjust my play would for sure be this kind of these 2 moves: the turn, and then the that connect at the end. This connect. So 2 moves, slow, very, very steady. Instead of being rock solid, we gave the opponent time to sort of move and then envelope and surround us, and that left us in a lot of trouble. Now, the AI is also likely to tell us this as well. Like, I would expect black to be winning or be ahead by a lot at this point. Okay, so this fighting, I don't really see, if white were to just capture 1 stone and try to live like this, one, it's very likely to be just 1 eye, and 2, there's 2 other groups that are not alive on the top and the bottom, so it's a very, very tough situation right now. In this case, it's very important for white to play in a way that is very, very efficient on the defensive end. If you don't, in the game, white gave up this Ponuki, and now white is gonna lose all the counter-attacking chances, which means black would be able to attack every white position on the board. And if you think that's gonna happen, black is gonna get all the attacks in sente, which means white is not gonna make any territory, and eventually you'll think that black has to also get the Satari, this invasion at the end, and all the territories that white would have is in this corner side on the top left, and that's not gonna be. And whereas black has like infinite possibilities, because everywhere black is stronger than white. Okay. So in this case, this is already a tough position, but for white, it's very, very important to use defender's advantage and try to do this exchanges with black. So extend its sente for the against the 1 stone here. Suppose something like that happens, and then peep. Remember, once black commits to cutting white the inside, allowing white to connect out like this makes all the black efforts in the area, all for naught or for no gain. So black is likely to connect this one, and then we would have some kind of counterattack in the form of this kind of stuff. For example, this way at least we're destroying black's shape at the same time, and this kind of position, once again, remember to use your defender's advantage when you are on defense, which is if you exchange with your opponents, it generally ends well for the defender, or the defender has no choice. But yeah, in this case we lose 7 stones in the middle for 35 points. We capture these 3 black stones on the corner for 20 points. Okay, and another thing that we can do is to try to make this live. One of the good points to watch out for in these defensive fights is that generally, because your opponent is attacking you, he's probably stronger in terms of having stronger shapes and everything. So it's best to play these fancy peeps. Like for example, now the first instinct should not be to connect this and then fight to the end. We can't do this, for example. We also can't surround the outside. We have to turn. We have to play like this, and black is able to connect and surround us. It's better to play these fancy peeps, where after we play this move, then we can connect and surround the 2 black stones. So if black plays like a reasonable capture, we can play something like this. We can play something like this, and finally be able to connect our sort of wrap around and connect from to the outside with our middle stones. Another thing we can do is maybe play again, choose the capture in the corner, allow black to capture our 5 stones. This way the capture is only 25 points or so, and what we captured in the corner for white is also 25 points or so. And if you think we're getting attacked, we made the same amount of points as the opponent, and we got Sente at the end, that's gaining an entire free move and also getting rid of a very, very weak position. So look for these kinds of exchanges and fancy threats or peeps when we're in trouble. Another move is here, just turning. This could be very, very good. Yeah. Oh yes, a very good question in the chat. Seems hard to know that in these variations that we actually captured the black position in the right corner, upper right corner here. Yes, that's totally true. But it doesn't take away from the fact that white has totally gotten rid of the burden, and also this way is a ko. So maybe white needs to play another move to secure the capture if white wants to. In any case, this is a better result than this is a successful defense. And with all successful defenses, we always have to play very, very efficiently. We can't be and especially since we saw white play several of these very what do you call it? This move, this connect, and that turn at P9 earlier. 2 very, very slow and methodical moves. It's no surprise that in this defense of this middle group here, that white also played similarly. But going forward, maybe that's one thing that we can change in our play. So that a very good successful defense relies on counterattacking, sacrificing stones, fancy peeps, and all that. Now, one thing to note is this sacrifice gets rid of more burdens for us than it seems. For example, this Atari was a major weakness where white is going to be put into a very defensive fight. Right now, after we sacrifice the middle stones, this Atari is just not a threat anymore. We just give this up for black gains 4 or 5 points in Gote. No, this does not hurt at all for white. So, maybe black wants to play this move earlier. Maybe black wants to play this move earlier, but in any case, that could be all kinds of adjustments that we can make in our game. Another adjustment for black is Atari on this direction, and the basic shape is like this. This way, white is relatively heavy with the outside group, whereas before, remember, this way black has a one stone that is quite weak, so this one must be defended. With this shape, it's like it's 2 stones and 3 stones. It's like black attacked in a way that sort of strengthens the weakest part of the stone, and also the 3 stones are not weaker than otherwise, than this position, for example. This is an empty triangle, this is a T shape, and so on. Okay, so in the game, after allowing black to get this Panuki, there are no more weaknesses on the outside black shape, and black can basically get his way or do whatever he wants against white. And so here we're going to see white struggle to make territory while white is defending weak groups for the rest of the game. Okay, so this attacking move is very reasonable. It's blocking white, but given that white tanuki this one, maybe for black, and if we were not able to punish white at the end, maybe for black the adjustment would be, I will take some territory if only this is the end game moves only. I will take this so that there's no 2 eyes and allow white to move out. This way, at least I get the end game value first, and then I can white is still attackable later. Okay. However, this move in the strategy of trying to kill the white group, this is obviously a very, very strong move. The only thing is, if white extends here, doesn't white also live and also take a fair chunk of territory at the same time? And so this way, black may not want to, something like an exchange here also favors white. So white can actually play all the way out to the hane, securing something like 10 points. This would be very, very disappointing for black. If white were to get the end game value moves and also live, and then black has lost the target. One thing to note, guys, don't play this kind of a jump. If you are thinking about it, this shouldn't be your first choice, because this jump is a only offensive move. In other words, it does not strengthen the black shapes at all. So for example, when white plays this press, the L18 threat is very, very has to be defended right now, and if you extend back, white has just gained territory and eye space in Sente, and then these Ataris make white very comfortably alive. And if you play here, this move is already threatening to this is already threatening to capture. So this way white gets a sente and white lives. Yes, black should be doing these corner moves instead of L14. Yeah, L14 is the I'm gonna surround and capture you move, but L14 doesn't get black a lot of value right away. It gets black a little bit on the upper side, but then as you guys know, this Hane at S18 by itself is worth about 15 points. So is black gonna surround an additional 15 points with L15? You might find that it's not worth it, and so a very good strategy now is to take the territory while you attack. Taking territory is also making yourself very, very strong. For example, if this diagram happened, later black can play at P19 and connect, and that way saves, this is like a backdoor that provides an extra layer of strength for the upper side black group, right hand side black group. Okay. Okay, so in the game white tanukied, and here yes, this is what we were worried for black. Too many moves on the outside that are not gaining concrete territory, and if white were to be able to live like this, now when the squeeze happens, white can play the extend and then play this Hane. This way black would not be able to save the stones, and so white actually has a lot of ice space, and with this much ice space, it's very difficult for black to capture. The closest thing I can think of is this play in this peep first, and then play in here. But even so, this way white can block in the corner for an eye. 9 is sente, for example, and the other two moves here are sentes, so this shape might as well look like this. And for black to be able to capture white, the peep in and then saving the stone must be played, and there's shortages of liberties here. This wedge has to be ataried from the inside, and so on. And it's just Okay, so however, right now white has to play very, very precisely to survive this. Let's see how white did. White turned. Okay, this is the second best way to secure ice space, other than that Hane move. And here a very good move is to play this extend. This way we can reduce the ice space in sente and then think about capturing. Black likely will play this Hane and Atari move. This will be Gote, and white does have at least the semblances of the like a 4 shape, which would be alive. Moreover, if black does anything such as this one, white can play this move, threatening to break out, and then this move, threatening to capture 2 stones, and this way white is going to be clearly alive with these 2 sentes. So, okay. In the game white played here, I see. This is along the same lines as before. Remember when white played a super defensive and then with not enough counter threats. So without that connect, now white has a hard time because black doesn't play this move, something in the corner to save the 1 stone. So white is never gonna get black to play that move. Therefore, this whole group is gonna be in ko, and and white may be forced eventually to fight this ko and capture the 1 stone against black, but losing the 1 stone doesn't hurt black that much. So. Another very good question. Given that black's threats aren't so severe, maybe N18 was wrong to begin with. N18 is here. No. Black's threats are very severe. It's just that when black plays L14 from the outside, and then N15, these two moves basically could be accomplished with one move. When black plays from the outside, it gives white a chance to try to make this group alive on the inside with territory and taking away black's territory. So it's a very efficient thing. A very strong threat definitely would have been to further take away the corner ice space, which is also making a little bit of territory for black. Something like this one, and that is also threatening. Okay, so however, white plays this ko and ends up having to fight this ko for the life of the group. So unfortunately, all the advantages white gained by making the tanuki is now given back because white had to tanuki elsewhere and capture this ko. Okay, this doesn't seem so bad locally though for white. Even though black played twice in this area, white still was able to manage. Another move would be here, and then the ko threat would be like this. When 3, that would be much more damaging to white. And another move would be to Atari on the outside first and then take the corner. And then as long as black can save this one stone, black would be able to capture white. Now if you're like, I can't save this one, then play some kind of a cut defense that basically can't be helped. So in other words, this ko threat was not very severe. So now black finds himself, white has made the top right alive and the lower left corner white corner. So black is left with only one way to really clearly win the game, because remember, black didn't gain any concrete territory in the attack against white on the top right, and also lost territory on the lower left. So black will have to go for the capture against the middle group and the bottom group. Now with that said, this is still very tough for white, but at least white is able to see a win condition now. And this bottom group is a ko. White just jumped out with the top group. And here black does something extremely smart, which is, remember in the attacks, black didn't gain any territory, but what black did gain was a lot of outside influence combined with the Ponuki earlier, which is a lot of thickness. This makes it very good to start invading wherever black can. And this invasion could not be punished, and therefore black is not that far away from white in terms of having the territory balance. Okay, so in the game, the ko is being fought on the bottom, and then and then white couldn't win the ko. Yeah, so very good, calm, collected play by black, invading here, not going for anything. Like if we played 2 moves in the middle, I'm not totally sure if we can capture white, right? And if we don't, then we haven't made territory in a long time. So invading, taking away white's territory, and then capturing the one white stone on the left, making a lot of black territory. This is very smart, and feeling the pinch of territory, white decides to play these jumps, and black is really not concerned with whatever territory that white is going to destroy in the middle, and then instead hunkers down into the ko and allows half of the white group to escape, but it's more than enough. So very good play on both sides. White may regret not having, played a little bit too defensively and then slowing himself down too much. And by slowing yourself down, you still get attacked just as severely, usually more severely, because you allow the opponent so many extra moves. Okay, let me see what my screen looks like for you guys. Okay, so if we move this over a little. Okay, yeah, you guys should be able to see the whole screen. Okay, game 2. This game is between two 5-dans, Bates and Chan. I don't know which one is which, who is who, but all good. Okay, let's see. Shape of Matter. That sounds like. Actually, this might be game 3. Let's. Game 3 is between two 5Qs. Although my third game. My third game is okay. This is game 2. Let's jump in. No, that's 2. I'm Bates. Shape of Matter. Great name. Great. Very, very good nickname. I tell my wife all the time that I come up with the best nicknames for the online handles. Yeah. Okay. I have seen some very good ones by our players. Hold on. This is the third game. This is the second game, Shape of Matter. Let's go look at this. Okay. This is an old Joseki. The Joseki went like this, although the jump should be fine as well. Okay. Yes, when black jumps, it's very reasonable for white to extend and strengthen the weakest stone, the H17 stone. Here black makes a strengthening move first and then plays there. Okay, here in this kind of a position, when white has just attacked in a way that strengthened white, it's a very good idea to keep doing your development. And when your opponent just makes shape, it's often a very good idea to do a flimsy sente grabbing fix, like a half fix. In this case, this won't work for black, and there's some sentes like this move, but none of them really hurt white. So a half fix for a sente is very, very nice in this kind of a position, because your opponent has just played a self-strengthening move, and you just let him strengthen even more, and you go on to more developing things. So in the game, white just extends back. This is what people usually play when they get ready to continue to attack. And here, black is the one who continues to develop. So this fight is gonna. It's a very interesting fight. White is clearly liking the attack. Okay. And so here white goes making territory and attacking. However, this one is going to give black the first move on the upper side. And here it's not clear well, like this, then it's clear to me that white is the one weaker, although it's very reasonable because white got E12, which is a very big territory move. Okay, so in the game, black keeps strengthening himself, clearly expecting another response by white, but white tanukis. This is a very, very good idea, and this is exactly that half measure fix that we talked about earlier. Taking sente, we we don't totally fix our shapes here, but if we allow ourselves to sacrifice a stone, everything is fine. And this is a very, very good idea. It's a great way to up your efficiency of your moves. Okay, so after black continues to develop, along the same idea would be another move down here by white, another invasion move. A potentially other one is to headbutt in here. This strengthens white's eye shape, so it strengthens this group. It basically forces some kind of a response by black. And black has a hard time choosing. Connect, there's some weaknesses on the outside, and clearly the connect doesn't do much against white. White may even harass black even more, or bully black even more by jumping, and to get black to play another not so worthwhile move. Connect is almost the same. White can honey, and then this way white has a lot of ice space. So probably connect is probably better in this case, but this kind of move is, otherwise you may want to honey and start the fighting right away. If you don't want to do that, this headbutting move, expanding your own ice space and then taking away black's shapes, good shapes at the same time is a good idea. Okay, so this move is not as recommended because before, this one stone was very light at e12 because it was a band-aid of a solution. It was half of a fix. After we honey, this one stone became a connecting point between the outside white move and the corner white. And so when black Ataris, white has to connect this. When black cuts, white has to be careful about letting black, cut the side, and so on. Okay, another move would be to expand so fast that your opponent has no time to slow himself down and attack your fence, attack on the edges. Okay, so in the game, white extends. Okay, another push. This is very reasonable, but wouldn't you like this move over here more, where you can strengthen black's group just as much and also attack the white group, which would be gaining Sente, and then after something like there, we can start invading on the lower left side, which is getting very, very big. Okay, so white is the one to invade black's side first, and a very good idea now is to think of your invasion points as reduction points, and then once you have that, we can start to keep making our big moyo on the left. Okay, that would be white not getting bogged down. This jump. Okay, white decides to sideways headbutt. This does make white a lot heavier, so it makes white more or less unable to continue to tenuki. This jump exposes a little bit of a weakness here, which gives white an ice space in Sente, which would help a lot. Which would help a lot for white's fighting in this part of the board. Okay, so white does do this and then jumps. Peep. Okay. Be careful of white's counterattacks in this location, but okay, so white responded, and when black honeyed, white cut. This is a bit surprising because white developed very fast. If white were to attack, I would have expected this corner to be the place of strike. Another move we could make is this move. All these are very, very severe and very difficult for black to deal with. Here it's very important to remind yourself of the thickness rules, which is you have to play on the outside of the opponent's moves and your thickness. Right now, white has built thickness in the middle, so you don't want to be in between the thickness and your opponent's moves, such as these exchanges. Instead, you want to be on the outside and force your opponent to play on the inside, like this. And here the outside of the thickness is the corner itself. So yeah, that would be very, very strong. Just the 3/3 invasion is also very strong. Possibly this one is quite the strongest move. However, white cuts also a very strong move. So that's okay. Here, white does have a little bit of a weakness. It is not the double Atari like this. This way, white holds and everything is okay. It is this attach, where now white has a double Atari with 2 stones, not just 1. And this way, this is a big loss in the corner if white wants to Atari. And then Atari, this is a complicated fight in the corner. White black on the inside. This is a complicated fight. May not be good for white, probably not good for white, and black can definitely survive. And if white blocks on the inside, this turn is very difficult to deal with. White has to connect, and this honey connect is sente, and then a knight's move, and black is able to destroy the main part of the white territory, which is always bad. Okay, so in the game, black Atari'd here, which made white a lot stronger on the outside. So when this move happens, white would probably play the block and then give up the 1 stone. It's very, very important whenever you guys do the half-measured defense to be always ready to give up the 1 stone that you played for your super efficient, like sente, half-measure band-aid solution. Make sure you don't save the band-aid, because the band-aid is there to rip it off and then throw it away. So in the game, this position is where black captured 1 stone, but it doesn't damage the integrity of the white position on the left. So this sequence favored white. And here black felt so in danger that black spent another slow move fixing the black shape in the middle. This is probably not the weakest or the most important place to fix. Noticeably, the right-hand side is super important, and if we play something like this move, we might be able to fix our corner and have sente, which is just and defend our territory. Okay. So here this move is a very, we're defending, the 3rd strongest or the 3rd weakest area, which is just not that important. It's just not that important. White also doesn't play super aggressive, but this is for sure to be sente. Black needs to defend the corner now. Okay. Black does not defend the corner, and then we start fighting here. Here it's when black played this, it's hard to find eye space for black, and for white here, when black also played this this approach move, which when we invade somewhere, look where the opponent is strongest, and in this case, this part is probably where white is strongest. Look where the opponent is strongest and invade not there. Look for the weakest spot and then invade there. Clearly the weakest spot is in the 3-3. Black invades, black is going to be able to live. If you are not satisfied with taking a corner, then please invade in the area where white is relatively weaker on the lower right. There's just 2 stones there. There's no ice spaces there. Okay. Of course, black would prefer to invade before white plays this extend, but okay. So in the game, black is find himself facing up against a very strong wall from white, and well, white is really not giving black any eyes. Usually, I give my opponent 1 eye. Okay. So okay. Yeah. Here, black. Remember, on defense, you can't be so safe on the defensive end. Right now we are so weak that we have to now play this ko and try to get white to connect and the hane so that we can threaten these 2 stones. Now this is, remember in the previous game we had a very similar position where black needed to connect in sente. In both cases the players picked the wrong choice. Basically pick the one that puts more pressure on the opponent. When black connects, so here this code does help black make ice space on the right hand side, and it also clamps down on the liberties of the 2 white stones over here. In the previous game, the ko move does not touch any black stones, therefore doesn't do anything on the offensive end, and it sort of poked away one of our own ice spaces in the last game, so it was just suboptimal in all the different ways of looking at it. In this game, this move is better because it attacks white, it helps us make ice better, and yeah, okay. Yeah, so because white has this extra liberty here at d10, when black hanes, white will for sure to cut. So black has to extend, and wow, another super strong move by white. Yeah, normally white would just play this, and that's what we all expected from white, but white played this move, clearly making this peep as a threat. And right now, very, very important for black to, when you are under attack, you can't defend all the threats, and when you do defend all your threats, you've lost that defender's advantage that we keep talking about, the ability to lose stones and then exchange with your opponent. So here, connecting this cut are all no good. Let's see if black, yes. And in this case, black did not disappoint. Black played the counter-attacking move that he really needed to play this turn. Okay, good. Good. So this happened, and now black has some sente moves, at least extend and then block are both sentes. So white plays here, this move is sente, so white probably ends up just connecting. And then black connecting sente jumps out. And we can counterattack the outside 2 stones. If we can cut the top 2 stones from the bottom 2 stones, we can potentially capture one of these, and that would more than make up for all of the losses from earlier, from white having a lot of territory. So in the game, black connects here. This doesn't connect this 1 stone, so this move would connect the 2 weak white stones on the outside. In the game, white chose to jump here. I would definitely recommend this one. That's a sente connect. It's a sente move that makes the outside 2 white stones extremely weak. So and more specifically, what are we gonna do when black plays this move and still cuts our 2 groups on the outside? White will probably have to give up the two stones, probably. But you know how this goes. When you attack and you capture half of the opponent's group, usually it's very difficult to slow down and then rethink. Okay, so in the game, this push, it's we have to block to cut here at d3. So black would have been Sente, and then we could do whatever we want. In the game, we pushed first and then blocked. Now white is not gonna answer you, and then turn it back over onto the defensive end, and the territory that white has on the left is probably gonna be enough. In the game, white is greedy and saves the one stone, so never mind. Okay, now black is once again. It's perfect time to go counterattack. Remember, guys, you have to counterattack before you make yourself alive or super strong, or because the counterattack is really only worthwhile if you're not that strong yet. If you made yourself strong, then what's the fun of capturing two of the opponent's stones, right? It doesn't. It's just two stones. It will not help you live at the same time. So this is too defensive by black. And okay, so black lived, but black has also lost his chance to counterattack. Good job by black here, Tanukiing on those two stones. But and here white is using the defender's advantage very well for black to think about coming back now into the game. Black has to do something against the middle white group, and therefore black has to connect the two stones, which is very, very small. And so, this move, okay. I see. White threatens to live, and then black doesn't let white live. Clearly, black thought the only way that black could win was to kill a white group somehow. This fight actually went well for black. The connect had to be played. Okay. So this game is not over yet. Black survived, and but white is able to live in Sente. And okay. Black wasn't able to live on the top left, and as a result, this game now, even though white didn't do anything to black's top right corner, the game is white ahead by 24 or so. Okay, so well played. And this turned out into a ko, which is interesting. But yeah, clearly black thought the only chance was to capture the white group, and instead black got captured instead. This is very, very common, and so here, what went wrong in the fighting? If I'm black, I would say, okay, these two are Sente moves, okay, but this move I ended up in Gote, and I allowed white to play the first move in the center, which prevented me from capturing white. What am I gonna do next? Next time is I'm gonna peep here and then jump out like this, and then I would this one slow, one safe move, one safe move allowed white to fix all of the weaknesses in the white shape, and that's too bad. That's too bad. And for white, I would be when we're attacking, make sure that we connect the weakest stones to the attackers, and then connect the other weak stones to the attacking side. If the opponent lives, so be it. That's the only way to win the game. To not lose the game. Okay. great. Big victory by white, because at the end, in the attempt to capture the white group, black ended up losing his group instead. And this happens a lot. Remember, this was also the group that black spent that extra J3 move to make himself alive to begin with. So it's like all the time and effort you spent into doing this one thing, you spent your entire you spent a very painful whole move doing just one thing, and at the end you had to give up that one group anyway and sort of contradict yourself. That's never a good thing. Okay, good stuff to take forward. And now let's look at the 2 5Qs. Okay, good. So this is not a Joseki move, so I don't know exactly how to punish. Don't worry, whenever I don't know, usually we can figure it out. So this way probably, this is threatening to block here and capture the corner. It is also threatening to cut here and capture the side. So this way, this would be the punishment. White may be able to hold on like this, but I don't see it. I still don't see this white holding on over here. Even if black just captures this would be good for black. Black is instead gonna play here, forcing white to crawl, and then this way, no doubt, this is a way to punish. Okay, so in the game, black hunted here, gave up the chance to play that cut, and then white connects. Oh, I'm sure the move is to connect here. Or, oh no, the move is to Atari first and then connect here. This is a very common thing where giving up an extra stone in the Atari and with the extend is actually better because of all the aji that we're gonna have with the net. Okay, so white connects, black extends. This is a very strong move, and here white plays the strongest responses, which is good. Yeah, clearly after black having to play this diagonal move, there's no way for black to get out of this scratch free. However, white captures 1 stone, allows black to capture 2 stones. Remember, when you're defending, usually when you're clearly on the defensive, if you can get away with giving up 2 stones and capturing 1 stone, you're very happy. And here black was able to capture 2 and white and only give up 1. Black should be very happy with this result. Okay, and with this newfound thickness, black proceeds to attack. This is very, very strong and very, very good. Don't let your opponent off easy, and yeah, not letting your opponent sleep easy is a great strategy in Go. Here, so we saw a similar turn in the first game. We saw in the highest level games, the 1Qs, around the 1Q level. And remember, the move was like here. In this case, we already have a move there. The move would be here. If we want to put more pressure on the white group, maybe here. But this 1 stone is there to be the band-aid that you rip off. It's already accomplished its purpose, and the way to give it more purpose is to make white waste more moves to capture it. So don't defend this 1 stone, instead continue to develop, even if you just jump like this, and give up the 1 stone. Giving up 1 stone is often the key to victory. So in the game, white Atari'd, and this is so black is able to do this give up 1 stone strategy, and so black is on the right track after all. and white is in a lot of trouble. Okay. Yeah, the top is in a lot of danger. This move is quite strong. It takes away the white ice space, and at the same time it adds a lot of strength to the black corner, which is a great way to attack. You always want to attack without committing yourself too much to the life and death struggle and put yourself at risk. Top predator mode attack is often like this, where the attacker is not putting himself at risk. And when this happens, same as this move, and when you don't put yourself at risk, your opponent often is unable to find the very powerful counterattacks, and as a result, no counterattack means no satisfactory defense. Okay, so black gives up attacking this and instead turns to the right hand side. This is reasonable. Here, this jump is a good move. This peep, and then just a straight up cut is another good move. All these would capture a very big white group in the middle. This move doesn't quite capture, but you could say that black is playing with his food at this point. The right hand side could also be captured with S6. Okay, so white plays here, black jumps. Again, remember this S6 type of attack where you take the territory and not allow your opponent to have to ice, basically forces your opponent to run out. And then you can chase the opponent, and then you can sort of get your capture of the big group in the middle very naturally and effortlessly. This is what we recommend. Plus, you already gain the endgame value, the territory, straight off the in the beginning of the attack, which is quite good. This is like the wolf pack tactics. They attack in the open and they get you to run, and then in the process of running, they wolf pack tactics. Okay. So in the game, this is cornering tactic, sort of forcing your opponent into a corner. In Go, usually this means that your opponent is able to live in the corner. And and now you're gonna have to really capture the middle. So there's no more room for error now. Luckily, you are not likely to make an error at this point in this attack. So good luck to black capturing this group. Okay. Black plays h4. This is a very good idea too, because black doesn't have 100% certainty in the form of capturing this group. Black is playing development. This way, black can still win by taking territory. This is very smart, and I think the same idea would have allowed black to play this s6 earlier. So we saw multiple instances in this game where black is off track, but then gets right back on track. When you guys do self-review, this kind of, you're like, I'm back on the right track. Next time I will make sure that I am always on the right track, and then you'll improve as a Go player and win more games and everything. The right track is to surround the bottom territory. Black played here. Okay. This is likely to still work, even though it gives white the territory, the territory here. Yeah, it's mostly because there is this cut in the middle, and so unfortunately white was unable to survive here. A comical ending here. Black needs to capture. This way, this is a live shape because White has to connect, black will capture, white will play here, and black would play here for the second eye. So in the game, black played this move, the only move that doesn't actually allow black to live. Like this move may, oh, actually that move doesn't allow black to live either. Black has to capture, and black didn't capture, white captured. And as a result, black totally died in the corner. There's no way to survive. And so this is a way that black is, first we gave up the territory on the bottom, and then we did capture the middle, but then we messed up in the corner and allowed the corner to die. So white also gained a tremendously large amount of points. And I see. The way to capture is here with the Hane, and I'm sure the AI would also point this out to us. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, wow, weird. Okay, the way to capture is to Hane throw in Sente and then do this. The way white did this, black would block and then live by making this shape. This is called the bloated cow shape. Where you can't play on the inside at T1. Very unfortunate for white. Okay, but this sort of thing happens all the time. Don't worry about it. Okay, so in the game, white decided that the game is out of hand, so white has to again commit to this kind of all or nothing attack, and black just captured white in the process of living. This happens so much that this happens so much, and at the end, even the corner white died. This happens a lot. When you're behind, you do tend to go for these all or nothing attacks, and they usually do not work out. If you are behind, my recommendations are usually to go on the defensive and try to come back through neglecting some defenses. Do the band-aid treatment, the half-measure defenses, where you can get Sente. However, in many cases, I totally understand the game is too far behind for us to do that kind of thing. And then, there's nothing we can do at that point. So, very good comeback by white here. A very big mistake by black, but white was the one to make this last mistake. And of course, white makes plenty more later on, but white did those later mistakes on purpose. So, going forward, lots of these attack defense scenarios. And here again, we saw several moves for white that, again, just like the first game, that slowed white down and then allowed the opponent to severely attack because we slowed ourselves down. Now, these slowdown moves are one thing if they are total tenukis. Like white plays here now, white invades here now, white saves the top now or surrounds on the left hand side. It's one thing if you do these kinds of moves and you get attacked severely. It's a totally other kind of bad when you play this kind of defensive move and still get attacked severely, especially this P15 move. Basically, if you still get attacked so badly, you have totally wasted your defensive move. So this is where the band-aid solutions and then taking Sente would have been much, much better than doing this job totally right. We just didn't have the time to play these Ataris. I'm sure during the game, white expected black to connect or to block, but black did a very good job of ignoring this. All right, get more into the habit of playing tanukis, and when you defend yourself, remember to always be efficient and fast. There's almost never a good defense where it's just slow, methodical, connect my cut kind of a move. Good defenses are always very, very efficient. They often use a counterattack. Yeah. It's very unfortunate to see many moves like this one, where we don't threaten the opponent enough, and we also don't run away fast enough. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed these reviews. These are all gonna go onto my YouTube channel. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hit a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. Thank you guys. Later on, we will have the highest rated players play. Those reviews will be by Yoon Young Kim in Breakout Room 1. Yilun Yang also is commentating on a 2-5 dance on right here in the main room, coming up later at 8:30. So enjoy. See you guys next time.